Okay, back to the vertex issue I was having. I am thinking... Uh-oh, let me fix OBS real quick. Okay. So I'm thinking it's because my function, my transform function here, it's not rounding to the nearest integer. And I think if I fix that, it'll be able to get the correct vertex from the chunk map. Where should I do that, though? Okay, let's see what that does. This would be great if this just immediately solves it. Dude, it always takes so much fucking longer when I'm streaming. And like this PCG stuff is just making Unreal Engine take up like 12 gigs of memory right now. There we go. Okay, no immediate difference. Force refresh. Jesus Christ. Oh, we have the points here now. That's a good sign. I think that's the right node showing as well. Yeah, nothing else is being debugged. Okay, we fixed it. Let's make sure they're properly aligned on the ground. I believe they are. So the problem I was having yesterday was that basically what I'm trying to do with these points, with these cubes that are placed here, is that I want to like generate 4 to 5 points around the tree to spawn like rocks and like bushes or something like that. And in order to do that, I had this duplicate point node And then, so it's creating 5 points here, and then it's just like kind of randomly offsetting them in the X and Y direction, just in a straight line. And unfortunately, the landscape is not flat. It's not a straight line. So I needed to figure out how to transform them back onto the terrain vertices. And I thought I had that working, because I'm using the same thing here, except this also does rotation. But it turns out, like, because of the way the points were offset, that they weren't being rounded near enough to a vertice to actually find which vertice it was. So I rounded them to an integer. Now we've transformed them properly. So now I can actually use them to spawn things. And I have that set up a little bit already. And it takes for fucking ever for this shit to, like, regenerate. Oh my god. Yeah, this node is so slow. I feel like it shouldn't be. There's not that many points in it. What? It's like a few for each tree? Like, oh, it's probably all my logs. I should get rid of those. Yeah. And that one. I'm gonna leave that one there. It'll be good to know when that happens, if I ever reuse this function in the future, which I'm sure I will. It's a useful one. Build that. Yeah, Unreal Engine, fucking 17 gigs of memory right now. Jesus. God damn, that's like my bottleneck right now. Okay, that built. So let me look at the attributes on here. How many points do we have? 114, yeah, so that shouldn't be too bad. This one, however, 11,000. So yeah, that's a lot to iterate over. So this is still happening. I don't know why that would be happening. I guess there's a few points that weren't rounded properly. I'm wondering if they were rounded to the edge of the chunk, and therefore it's at a vertice that technically doesn't exist. I mean, I think that's probably fine. Do I have any that exist at 0, 0? Because that was the effect that was happening before. I don't think so, because there would be some like right here. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. Let's take a look at these points here. It is real laggy. So yeah, I wanted the fern. Let me make sure all these props are set right. Yeah, okay, so we don't have any collision or anything. I think I will want to have collision on the rocks to make them like a collectible thing for players. It's small rock. I can make some different rocks as well. But yeah, let's give these, say, block all. What is it? I think block all dynamic might be the default. So we'll go with that. Get rid of the debug. So yeah, there's some there. I feel like they need more, because I only did a max of, I did 5. and then we density filtered them. So let me look at like what the density is for these things. 995, 994, and I'm filtering at 995. I mean, that's like most of them. They're all above a 99. And so like 995 is like 50%. You can change that to like 992. And so that'll be like most of them. Let's try to find another rock. Bro, anytime I add anything to this graph, it is chugging. God, thank God. I'm gonna look at my content browser. It's gonna give me a better... Oh my God, bro. Thank you, Jesus. Just gonna look at all my static meshes here. For rock, all my rock static meshes. See what a large plains boulder looks like. Good Lord, ever doing anything. And my camera stopped working. Okay, we're good now. This is a nice little rock. What the fuck was that? Anyways. Yeah, this could be nice. You know, just throw a bit of these every so often. And so... Oh my God, dude. The PCG stuff, it was not this bad earlier. Like when I was working on it yesterday, it was not this bad. I'm gonna give it a quick play and see how bad it is. Bro, it doesn't even want to start. I'm gonna need to like restart the engine or something. This is crazy. There we go. It does take a while to generate everything. We're stuck again. I'm getting like literally like half the performance that I usually do. It's like running at like 30 frames right now. Usually it's not that bad. Is it all this shit that I put here? Okay, let's... Dude, anytime I do anything, it is... Comment that real quick. And so, water edge, let's get rid of that one. We're gonna disable. How's the performance now? Still not good. Yeah, let's restart everything. Yeah, now I'm only at like 30% system memory usage rather than like 100 than I was at before. Okay, let's see if this works better this time. We're still loading. There we go. Okay, this feels better. I don't know what the hell was happening before. Come on, we're almost there. You can do it. There we go. There we go. Okay, and 50 frames. Better than the 20 to 30 I was at before. So that definitely helped. And we still got our little rocks around the trees like we wanted. Those are very small though. So are the ferns. I kind of want those to be bigger. Ignore my face. Yeah, so I should like transform these points and stuff. Oh yeah, and I was gonna add another type of rock as well. Which is why I was trying to search through the content browser for that static mesh stuff. Okay, let's look at my rocks. Let's pick out a rock. Oh, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Hope you were well. Small river rock. What does this look like? Or maybe I should do that in a different area. Where did that go? Jesus Christ, that went all the way to hell. I'm like chasing this thing all over the map. Come here. Let me see what you look like. God, again, that's like really tiny. I need something... Looking for something a little more substantial. Okay, maybe not that substantial. It's a little too big. Why does the PCG stuff have to run every time I change like a static mesh or something? It's really annoying. What actor data am I sampling here? Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot else I can do there. Potentially change that all in... Well, I can start doing it async. That might help a lot with these hiccups. Small, just a bunch of small rocks. I guess I'll type in medium, and we'll just pick whatever we find there. Medium boulder? Sure. Let's do it. Well, that one's like... it's not exactly realistic. But it is a more substantially sized rock that I wanted. I kind of want to like settle those into the ground a little bit more. I really wish this allowed me to change like randomize transforms per static mesh I chose in here. Block all dynamic. Overlap events, yeah, we'll leave that on. We're not going to do shadows though. None of that stuff. Let's make sure none of the other stuff has that on. Okay, that looks good. Fern, you also look good. Okay. And you have no collision. Good, good, good. And now I think I want those big rocks to happen a lot less frequently. So I'm going to bump up the weight on these guys. Maybe to 5. The ferns kind of get lost in there, don't they? Again, where I wish I could set the transform of those. I want to scale up the ferns individually, but it just seems like a pain in the ass to like split out all those points, transform the points, and then only apply it to the ferns. And so let me turn on my water edge procedural stuff. Wait, what am I doing with the water? Oh, I disabled it. Okay. Okay. That's like way too much. Oh, it's looking good? Thank you, mate. Thank you. I'm trying. Trying to get the hang of this procedural stuff. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. I had this... What was I doing here? Because it wasn't this, because I was, like, subtracting. I need another filter, don't I? Or, no, I used this one. I think that might be the, Yeah, there we go. That's what I was doing. I'm gonna put that below. There we go. And then maybe I'll turn that back on. I think this was just like clovers, or did I change this to chickens? I think it's chickens. It is chickens, okay. There we go. Perfect. It's exactly what I want it to be. Okay, let's go fuck up some wolves and see how this feels. Ding. Obligatory ding. Yeah, those rocks are very small. Medium ones, they don't match the stylized vibe, but size-wise they're doing alright. Let me see if I can show off some of the AI-generated quest stuff here. I think the wolves have killed all my colonists. Let's see what I can do now. I'll go talk to that guy. This guy's just fucking walking on sunshine, isn't he? Okay. Alright, let's talk to good old Helmand Bowald. Yeah, so let's generate a quest. So, what's happening here is we're making a request to the Gemini, like the Google Gemini AI API. And whenever it returns... Okay, I think it just returned. So I basically told it to like generate me a quest, and I gave it like this little JSON structure that I decoded when I got it back, and it had all this data in it. And yeah, shitty UI aside, this is pretty cool stuff. Of course, it had to be done now. When the No, what is he saying? Of course it had to be now, when the village can least afford it. Those filthy creatures came in the night and stole away my people. I'd go fetch them myself, but I must stay and look after my family. Do you think you might go and bring them home? If I can ask about the bandits. He wants me to slay 10 bandits. And so the idea with this is now I should be spawning 10 bandits somewhere in the world for the player to go kill to complete this quest. I have to restart my webcam software every so often because it gets like super laggy for some reason, and I haven't tried to figure it out yet. Rescue the villagers from the clutches of the evil bandits. And he waved. But yeah, I'm planning to populate the prompts that I give the AI with a bunch of player data that they've accumulated throughout their play session, and I have building and stuff in the game, and so like I'm envisioning people building out some colonies, recruiting colonists. You know, you can interact with the colonists, and the colonists can do various jobs. They can chop wood and build structures and stuff like that. So eventually there will be kind of a context built out for each player and what they've done and what kind of village they've made and stuff like that. And like I want to start feeding the AI like what's around, like all the points of interest that are around wherever the quest is generated at. And so that'll hopefully give it some pretty cool context and stuff to go off of. Okay, back to procedural generation. Yeah, we're definitely not going to do chickens. And I don't know if I want to do anything in the water. So we'll just disable that. Leave the water plain. And it's cool that I have like the water edge here that I was able to find, but I just like put like some random static mesh in there, and it's like probably pretty inefficient because it's like way too big. Remove duplicates. if I did large to small. I don't exactly know what this node does, but it definitely got rid of some duplicates. And I have no idea what changing these numbers actually does. Okay, changing it to position doesn't do anything. Small to large. It's like I think a lot of these meshes are probably overlapping quite a bit and generating a lot more geometry than we actually need to render. So I may just take that one out for now. I'll change it to something else. Let's find like a bush or something. I love me some bush. Where are my bush boys at? Is this like a big bush? What is that? Yeah, it's like a tree. Why is that labeled bush? Or maybe I should look up shrub. I don't have anything for shrub, huh? Some of them are kind of in the water a little bit. -10 maybe. -5. Push them back out of the water a little bit. I feel like that's fine for now. Yeah. Now I kind of want to throw some of those big plains rocks that I found earlier in here. Just like kind of randomly throughout the plains area. And so that was using this. I'm just kind of trying to remember what I did here. Yeah, I think I want to do what I did for the trees. Something similar. I filtered out a lot of the attributes. Should I use the same? No, I should use a different noise. So I'm gonna start that noise over. Just pick like a different seed randomly. Perlin noise, that's fine. Filter it. So what am I looking like here? What's my noise looking like? Density is all around the 3s. 3, 4, 5. It's all right in the middle. If I change that to 1, does that change it much? So can we visualize it? What are we looking like? Yeah, it's like all the same kind of noise. I want like a higher contrast. There we go. That's what I think I want. Something noisier. And so what do I got here now? Density. And if I were to filter, so there's all the ones over 0.5. Throw in some attribute noise on top of that, which is basically just like white noise, right? Yeah. Yeah, and so that's like purely random. I should probably still do this one as well, because that's like, I don't want them to spawn in the water, which is what this is doing. It's looking at the z-axis. There we go. Wait, why are those still there? Wait, why did it chose the points under the trees? Are you shitting me? How did it choose that? That's crazy. What the fuck? Oh, I should probably pick a different... There we go. I need to pick a different seat for that one. Gotta bush it up. If you ain't bushing, who will? When in doubt, bush it out. I wish I could come up with one off the top of my head for you, but I'm all out of bush puns. I think you got them all. And again, my look at this. Look how laggy this is. I don't know why my webcam software does this. Okay, are we good now? Are we good? Okay, yeah, see this is updated now. I just restarted and it's fine. And it'll just start gradually getting worse and worse. So that's what I gotta deal with. And so the thing here, like, do I even want the purlin noise? I don't think I do. I think I just want to do this attribute noise to like really randomly play some. And then like, I only want like a few of these. I do 0.995. Gives me even less. And I'd like to make sure they don't collide with anything. Is it running its own software or a different one? Okay, so here's the fucking thing with this webcam. I have this like Logitech webcam. If I just like connect OBS to it directly, then eventually it will shut off. It'll like run for like a few minutes and then the webcam will just shut off as if nothing's trying to use it. And so I downloaded this Logitech, what is it called? Logitech Capture, this software here. And so when I have this open and then I point OBS to this software, then the webcam will stay on. But then it starts lagging, which is really fucking annoying. So it's like I can't win. The water's pretty. Yeah, it's not bad for like out of the box water, right? Because all I did was just like I just laid water flat at 0 and then used my height map to like make it I have like an auto material that like colors the terrain based on its height. And so if it's like below 0, it's this like sandy texture stuff here. So it just kind of makes it look like water. And then eventually I'll actually make it like deep, you know? Make an actual ocean rather than just like flat water all over the place. But yeah, I want to pick, what do I want to do? I want to pick a few random spots. I don't want them to like overlap with the trees. I wonder how I do that with these. Like I feel like it's that pruning node I was looking at earlier, but I can't figure out how to properly use this. That's not pruning shit. Yeah, I do not know how to use this. I mean, that pruned a few, but like, it's not really helping. I feel like it should though. Like, what it sounds like is that it's talking about the extents of each point. But like, changing this doesn't really... Like, I would expect like a radius of 1,000 to call some of these points here, but it's not. How do I create filter? Make filter. No. Filter. What is point filter range? Accept spatial data and attributes set. So I guess I could use that to filter based on the tree's location. Yeah, I need to watch some more videos and stuff about this. I'm kind of getting to the end of my knowledge when it comes to the procedural content generation framework. Difference. This could help. Spatially subtracts the target difference data from the source data, outputting the difference of the two. And so if I gave it my trees, let's find one that is like on trees. So one that's like on a tree. I want one that's like right fucking under one. I guess I could do it with the items around instead. Okay, it did. It got rid of that one. Did it get rid of all of them, though? No, it didn't. Okay, so that does what I think it does. Oh, dude, have you seen this? This is a Lego set that my girlfriend got me. It's pretty dope. Like, it's like the old retro, like, SNES, and if you, like... It, like, plays a little game of Mario on here when you rotate this thing, and it's all built out of fucking Legos. It's fucking sick. It's like it got a whole like track on the inside of it. I don't know if you could see that. I might have been in the way. Could you see that? Probably barely. But yeah, it's pretty sick. Okay, so that worked. And I need to probably do this again with the trees. So I don't want the fucking trees either. And I could probably, I bet what I could do here is like multiply, let me actually, I'm gonna transform these points. I bet, here's what I think I can do. Transform points, and I'm gonna like scale the extents of these points. So let me debug this. And so that, yeah, that should be the base of all the trees. And if I just like scale this to like 10, 10, 10. Well, that's pretty big, but that would make it to where I think none of these points, if I plug this in, those will cull all those. No, what did it do? It turned them black? Okay, that's something. I mean, I suppose I could, I guess it changed the what do we do? What is this doing? Mode inferred. Density function. Density function to use when recalculating the density after the operation. Okay, so it does a density thingy. Oh, when we output the difference. Okay, so I basically want to get rid of those. I wonder if I should just move this density filter to after. Go there, then go there. Oh, we got some spammers in the fucking chat here. Offering chatbots on Twitch. That's a fucking hustle, I suppose. I'm sure that'll count. We'll get banned in no time. Okay, so yeah, that properly got rid of those points. But again, I only want like, you know, one here, one there, kind of things. I want like way less than this. Is there a way I can just like randomly pick a couple? Is now what I'm thinking. I want to pick just a couple. Loop? No, that's not what I want. Merge multiple data sources. No. My dog is freaking out there. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Come here. You're a good girl. Come here. Oh, yeah, there's a good girl. Look at this pup. Are you being barky? Are you barking at the other dogs outside? I know. You want to go chase them. My neighbor's got these like big old pit bulls like right next door, and she will just like charge. She's like 5 pounds, but she like charges the fence of these fucking pit bulls and like gets real fucking aggressive. Just like, Moxie, you're gonna get yourself in fucking trouble someday. I usually try not to take her out when they're out there though. Here she goes. A distance between it and the nearest target point. Okay, so maybe... So if I do this, it'll tell me, it'll like assign a distance to the nearest point. And I'm wondering if I can filter these on the distance filter to just like get the ones that are far away. Let me try that. Filter. What's the difference between filter data by attribute or attribute filter? I don't think that's what I want. When I want this, I want a constant threshold. Yes. Target attribute, I want to be distance. It says I don't have it. If I do that, is it good? Okay. It's like everything over 0, and of course they are all over 0. Maybe if I pick everything over 1,000. Let's turn off my trees. And the foliage so I can actually see stuff. So if I change that to 1,000. Okay, that did it. Oh, there's like none. Hold up. Okay, now I have a few there. Okay, yeah, so... We've got a few points here. Let's actually spawn one of those, it was like called Plains Rock or something. Large Plains Boulder. Yeah, I mean that's every so often, right? It's not too much. Maybe take this up to 1,500 maybe? We'll try 2,000. Yeah. So they're not too close. Just one every so often. Excuse me. Then I think I want to take my the 10 was a little egregious on the trees. Was it though? I don't know. That actually seems okay. 10 actually seems okay. I do want to transform these points here though. I need to get some randomized offsets and whatnot. I mean, I said to turn off. Oh, I turned off the other stuff. So, does that look plausible? I think it's got like, is it sitting just like right on top of the terrain? No, it's got some underneath it. It's got some iceberg to it. So yeah, I'm gonna like kind of randomly adjust it up and down and stuff. Gotta go mow? Bro, in the evening? Oh, it's too hot out there. Fuck the haters. And fuck the grass that keeps growing too, am I right? Me and all my homies hate mowing. But good luck. I gotta mow this weekend. Yeah, thanks for hanging out though, bro. Take care. What do I want here? Like a -10? Was that too much? Oh, that's an X. I was thinking Z. Yeah, -10, we can go like +10. I don't want it to pop up too much. We can give it a random rotation. I mean, honestly, anything. Which one is... That's the wrong. I mean, honestly, that could be, right? It's a rock, right? It looks a little odd. I should just do random, totally random on the rotation. I don't know, it looks a little strange. Yeah, it's still a little bit peeking out. This will be really cool because I want to do like some Valheim style like ore deposits. And so this will be really nice for hiding those. Because I can like procedurally generate those very far under the terrain and stuff. And I've already got like some terrain deformation built in, so I got like a little pickaxe the player can use and like make the ground deform and stuff, so that's gonna be fun. It'll be similar to Valheim, like I was saying. It'll be fun though because like I want the colonists to be able to mine the ore as well, and you can like send them out to go get the ore and like make little caravans, and like, you know, maybe they take like a cart with them so they can carry more and stuff like that. But you'll have to like protect them from wolves. Those fucking wolves. Yep, that guy got banned. I reported him earlier. We've actioned on your report. Like literally right after I sent the fucking message. It's crazy. Let me turn on the rest of my things, see how it looks all together. And let me... So this is going to be... God, this is getting deep. This is getting deep. God, yeah. This is going to be what, like random placement, but not trees? What do I comment this with? Ooh, you know what I should do? Oh, I can, with my newfound distance node knowledge, I can get rid of all the underlying foliage under here. Save some performance there. I should do that. I should do that on the foliage with, like, foliage should come last, basically. Yeah. Make sure the settings on this are correct. Movable? Nope, static. Where is it? There it is. Do I want it to make shadows? I mean, there's not very many, so I think that'll be fine, actually. So I think the settings are probably okay. This is going to be, well, let me... This is going to be, what, just like... No, because I'm gonna change these around so that I can maybe reuse this little section here. Uh-oh. Oh no. It gets laggy and I get scared. And so this is going to be not around trees. And then instead, this will go there. And then we'll apply the noise afterwards, so that we can reuse this not around my trees and not around my small rocks. Cancel. I don't want it. I want to like create like some sort of like infinite procedural loop that's gonna like absolutely fry my computer. I don't want these. Cancel. Okay, we're still here. We're still here. Okay. All right. Now we're good. Okay. So let's visualize this. What does this one look like? Okay, so yeah, okay. This is okay. This is good. This is good. Oh, I should put this one in front too. So this is going to be I'm doing this on like each one. So hang on. We're going to reuse this guy. This is going to be not in water. Wait, let me turn that off first and then put this in here. Good. Good. So this will be, comment will be not around trees or small rocks or stuff around trees. Not around trees or stuff around trees. There's multiple things here because this is items around trees. Let me update that to be consistent. Stuff around trees. Cool. And then this is like the distance one. It's like not too, it's going to be some noise. And then not too far away. Or not too close, rather. There's the noise. Wait, I need to filter that first, right? I need to filter on that noise. Where did that filter go? I had one. May have accidentally deleted that. So I used that. Let me look at this. I need to let's visualize that one. What does this one look like? Right, okay. We're basically saying just not one. Okay. So we want to put that some attribute noise, some white noise, but I want another density filter. Not remap. Another density filter. Oh no, I should always disconnect first, or else this is going to keep happening. There we go. There we go. Noise. Noise looks good. Density filter. I want a much, much higher one though. 0.995. Cool. And then I'm going to take the points that are far enough away. So this is going to be far enough away from other points. Cool. So now I've got my big rocks. And it's just a random transform and a spawner. Let's save. Save and we'll run around a little bit. Let me go look at this rock. Oh, come on, I can totally jump on that. There we go. I bet it can't figure out how to get to me up here. Yeah. The old cheese. The old pathfinding cheese. Oh, there he goes. And I'm like up here. Ding. There's some other of those rocks. So I basically only spawned 2 in this whole trunk. I may want to adjust that a little bit. I think it is 2 per chunk, okay? I don't know, I kind of want like... Oh, there's one over here. Is that the second one I saw? And this one's like on the edge of the chunk. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe let's reduce that distance a little bit. To, what's 1500? Do I get some more? Okay, I got one more. I kind of do want it rotated on the other axes as well. Just slightly, though, not like a full random. Let's go like 45. That may be too much. What's half of 45? 22.5. We'll go negative 22.5 as well. And can we do the same thing here? Better. Better. I don't know, they're all like, you know, sticking out of the ground like that. Kind of samey like. Oh, there's a bunch right here. We can leave it like it is. I think that's fine. Okay, and so what else was I wanting to do? I was wanting to do something else. Oh yeah, I wanted to use the difference on here. So source, differences, and then feed that into my stuff around trees spawner. So like this one should get filtered out. Yeah. So I got that block there. Yeah. So if I put this here, oh no, I need to density filter it. Right, because it just applies it to the density attribute, because it's black. So I basically want, I mean, I think that'll do it, just 0.5, because it's either 1 or 0, so yeah, that's fine. Not trees, not around trees, not on trees, not at tree root, not tree. That's what I'm gonna go with. Not tree. That's gonna annoy the hell out of me. I gotta change that. Okay, let's get rid of that debug point. Wait a second. Did that actually spawn stuff? Oh yeah, because it's the fern thing. Yeah, I should do a transform points and like randomize some scale. What the fuck was that? Okay. Randomize the scale. Can we do 1.5? Is that too much? Now those are popping a little bit. Because all I'm doing here, what am I doing? Rocks in a fern and a medium boulder. Okay. I should probably do random, a little bit random big plains rocks scale as well. Go 1.25, not too big. Then we can go like 0.75. You know, make it a little different. What's the underneath side of it look like? Could we just like flip it entirely upside down as well? Kind of hard to see. Can you find a different one that's like on a hill or something? Here we go. Yeah, I mean, we could flip that completely upside down. We could do another PCG noise. Oh, job, Bob. If it isn't the great job, Bob. Thank you, man. It's been a work in progress over the past few days here. I mean, I had a lot of this stuff working before in a different method. I was just kind of doing it on my own procedural stuff. And then Unreal Engine came out with this PCG framework, procedural content generation framework. And it came out in like 5.2. I'm on 5.4 right now, so I was like, okay, I should probably see what I can change over from my shitty hand-rolled system to that framework. And what I learned is that like the actual terrain, there's not really a good way to do that in the PCG framework. It's really good at like placing all this stuff randomly, like what you've been seeing, but it wasn't good at generating the landscape. And so that's still like my own system, right? Because like all these little, let's get rid of that render stuff. All these little, each little triangle, each little point on these triangles was generated with something called Perlin noise. Andrew Perlin was the creator of Tron, and he was trying to come up with like an equation for more realistic landscapes, like less computer-generated landscapes, and so that's what all this height map is based on. And so it just kind of it assigns like a value from 0 to 1 at a point, and then it kind of makes it a little cloudy. And so I take that value from 0 to 1, and I multiply it by like a height multiplier, and I do some other things with like persistence and linearity, and we get this height map. And that's where I know where each individual vertex of these triangles are, and then you connect the triangles in the right order, and you've got yourself a landscape. And each of the squares is a chunk that I process at a time, because if I were to do all of these chunks at once, it would absolutely take forever, it would freeze. Because for these high level of detail ones, there's 58,000 vertices in each one. So that's a lot to iterate through, even for a computer. But I did have the forest, I had the foliage working before, but now I've like redone it in this PCG framework stuff, and it's been pretty cool. It's been very easy to get up and running and get stuff moving. And so I've essentially gotten it back to what I had before, but with the PCG framework. So I'm happy about it. Let's give it a play. So everything's generating right now, and then when my character spawns is when everything will be done. So it's pretty fast. It's not too bad. Like if you think about that as like a loading screen, it's not too bad. Little dot. There we go. I want to do loot next, because I keep, every time I kill something, like I really wanna pick up stuff off its body. So I'm gonna try to get some generated loot in here maybe some point soon. Go get a quest. There's a colonist up here, right? How are these boulders looking? They're looking good? It's still a little laggy. There's a lot going on here. Like, you can see the logs just churning through. I mean, all these wolves are like walking around and stuff, and they're like attacking some of the colonist people that I've spawned. Oh, I can't even go up there. It's too high, too steep. I need to do that's what I should do next, is a slope filter for the foliage, because it's do something different on like really steep cliffs that you can't like walk up. Maybe spawn some static mesh there to make it look more cliffy, while still like blending in with the landscape terrain. Finally, there's a colonist. Why have you not attacked that colonist? I wrote code so that it should be attacking the colonist if it's within that range. Okay, Simus Lastow. Let's generate a quest. Okay. So that's getting sent off to the Google AI API. We're waiting for the response now. There it is. So let's see what kind of quest we got here. My oh my, young traveler, the stockpiles have been running perilously low, but I have no energy to go hunting. Would you be willing to slay 3 bears for me? I can pay you handsomely. So this is interesting because I have updated my prompt to give Gemini my item database and my mob database. And all I have in my mob database is like something a bandit and a wolf. So that's like what it has been generating quests for, but this came up with bears, and it's telling me to slay 3 wolves over here. If you look on the left hand side, slay 0 out of 0 wolf. So a little bit of shittiness there, but we'll get that figured out. It shouldn't be too bad. Just basically just check and make sure that there's at least 1 entry in there, and if not, get rid of it. Get a new quest. Oh, and it's that time again. Time to restart my webcam software. Oh no, it's working now. Is it? It's a little laggy. We'll restart it. I'm having like a massive pain in the ass issue with this webcam. I should probably just get a new one, but here we go. It's like every 5 minutes I need to, like, 5 to 15 minutes I need to restart this thing because it starts getting way behind. Oh, you know what I should do as well? I need to update my dynamic tree chopping stuff. Because I used to be able to chop down trees, but since I've changed the whole spawning of those trees, it's not doing it anymore. So yeah, I should definitely do that. Should I do that now? Or should I play around with the PCG stuff a little bit more? Let me actually, what I'm going to do, we're going to open up a different level here. Go to my playground. Yes, save everything. We're going to take a look at some static meshes for what I should use as like a cliff side, if I have any. Do I have anything called cliff? I do. Okay. Sick. Oh my god. Okay, that's a lot fucking bigger than I was picturing. Interesting. Okay, and if I were to scale this down, that wouldn't be too bad. Something like that. That's not terrible. What else we got? God, these are huge. My goodness. Wonder if something like that would be... God, these are massive. I'm gonna have to scale these down if I use them. Something like this would be good because it's got all 4 sides. Oh, this one does too. Okay, so most of them do except for this one. So maybe this one's out. These ones could be good though. They got a little bit of grass on it, and it's the same material I use for my landscape anyway. So those ones would be good. This was SM Cliff 2. Was it? Yeah, it was like that flavor. Yeah, we could spawn some random ones of these. That's like super polygonal. Yeah, those will work. What's this looking like? Yeah, maybe not that. That's like too flat. It's too pancakey. Cliff. Okay, so we want SM Cliff 2, SM Cliff 02, and SM Cliff 002. Yeah, we'll try to make sure we fucking keep that straight. Okay, let's switch over back to the procedural level. Sure, we'll save it. So, init the terrain. We'll fucking sit here and wait. Okay, so I'm gonna try and figure out how to get some slope information here, because I don't want to spawn grass here. That doesn't exactly look realistic when it's just like sticking out at a 45-degree angle, does it? And so let me look at, here we go. This is what I want to look at. And let me turn off, I'm going to turn off some spawners here. Turn that off. Isn't there like an only spawns? Right? There's something I can click that only spawns one. That like turns off all the other spawners. I thought. Maybe not. We will manually turn them off. So now we just got the grass, and we'll turn that off as well, and I'm just going to debug this one, which will show me rotations. And so I think I can use that, because all these are aligned to the terrain, pointing in a particular direction. And if I just do a filter on the rotation, being to, I don't even know, is that yaw? Too much yaw? Pitch yaw roll? What is red? Rotation, pitch, yaw, roll. So it's pitch. Red is pitch. I think that's right. So it'll be after that. And then what is this doing? This is, yeah. This is not water. And then we prune duplicates. Yes, okay. So I'm just gonna make this a little bit longer. We're gonna do it after this one. And so I'll need an attribute filter. Pass that in, pass that here. I don't know if I'll want to use inside or outside filter, but I think I'll want to do rotation. Quaternion, can I do rotator? What is this? What is this yelling at me? Cannot compare type. Right, yeah, greater than. That doesn't really make sense, does it? So if I just do rotation dot, what did I say it was? Pitch? I feel like it's gonna be yaw, but I'm gonna go with pitch here. So let's debug that. Oh boy. You know, we should do this after the prune. After we've removed duplicates, just to save ourselves. A little bit of performance. So we're saying everything with pitch greater than 0. And if I do 45, okay, nothing got filtered out. I'm looking for these to disappear, essentially. Change it to 90. Everything got filtered out. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So that I think is what we want. So it was pitch. There we go. Something like 50. What is my walkable distance on my character? I should probably make it similar to that. Or there's like a, what is it called? It's like slope. Is it on the movement component? Where's movement component? Slope, walkable slope override. That's what it is. Where is that set though? Here's the movement. What's like the default walkable slope? Maybe I won't figure that out right now then. I thought that would just be set here. And I would just use that value. Just like basically whatever you can't walk up, you know, spawn a cliff there. But actually, I want the opposite of this. Because I want to spawn things there. What am I doing? Yeah, so we're going to change this to outside. Yeah, and we can just spawn cliffs here. And so there's two. I don't want to spawn a cliff on every single one of those because those cliffs are massive. Oh no, we want inside because this is still my foliage. This is still my foliage. So let me turn the foliage on. And then outside will be something different. So let me grab one of these. Put that there. This is going to be cliffs. We'll see how this looks. Let me turn off that debugger. That looks kind of bad. Yeah, I mean that's pretty good, right? And what about up here? Yeah, there's some steep stuff there. So let's turn back on the trees. And I'm definitely gonna have a Lorax quest line, where like if you leave tree stumps, like a Lorax is gonna come fuck you up or something. That looks good. Nothing wrong about that. You know, some of these still look... Maybe I will do like 45. Is that... What angle are these? They're like floating off the ground, aren't they? I feel like that's like... What is that? That's... It's like... That looks very 45. So I did... It was 50 before. Wow, that's like really bare though. 50 actually seemed like the sweet spot. Yeah, I like that because then you get a little bit like, you know, up in there and stuff. 50 seems good. Okay, and now what to do about... Let's get rid of those trees again. And the foliage. And now let's look at this stuff here. So I want the outside filter. So for all these points, I basically want to make a cliff almost align with all these. Could I get like the average? Is there a way to get the average rotation of all these? I feel like I could use that to align it. But then how would I need to break it up into chunks, essentially. How do I do that in this? I could do the pruning thing, that I still haven't figured out how to use. Or distance. Distance from what? Distance from what themselves? I mean, that's not gonna really give me anything. Yeah, that's just gonna be all black. What I'm trying to think of how to do is like, I just want to get like some points in the middle, like a random, just somewhere in the middle to spawn these cliffs on, because I don't want to spawn them on every single one. Should I just do attribute noise? Or just noise it up? Attribute. What is this? What are you getting mad at? Why doesn't it like that? I swear I've done this like a million times in this graph. Okay, so I have to change it to density. Is that what it wants? Okay. Hi, Moxie. Come here, puppy. Come here, puppy dog. Oh, there we go. Hi. Hello. You being a good girl? Thank you. Thank you. So sweet. Say hello. Hello. Thank you. Oh, okay. Run along now. Back to my noise. Where was I? So I've got this noise. And then maybe I can just density filter on it for like 0, 1. How many points do I get with that? Or yeah. So this needs to be 0.999. We'll do that. How many points? I got 1. I got 2. I think I need a little bit more than that though. 0.998. 995. That's looking good. And so let's just pop the static mesh spawner on there. We'll put a transform points there. Let's not be too hasty. We'll need that later. We're gonna leave it just at 0s for now. And then see if I remember those cliff names. It was like cliff. It was just all the 0-2 cliffs, I think. That one was bad. We didn't want that one. What is this? What the heck? It definitely had multiple sides on it when I was looking at it. Is that one better? Oh no. I was not expecting them to not have bottoms. That one's like way too stylized though. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I mean I can't have these cliffs without backs on them. Damn. I'm gonna have to do a different one. There was a different one that I could use that had all sides. I can't use the ones without bottoms on it because I'm planning to. I mean, I have it working, just not with this terrain, I don't think. But players will be able to dig, and so when you dig the terrain around that, you'll be able to see its bare bottom. We can't have that. It's a family-friendly game. It's not bad though. I'll just need a lot more points. And let me not get rid of so many. Let's go 0.5. Now they're just sticking out quite a bit. And they're overlapping quite a bit. Oh, you're back, mate? You done mowing already? You must got a small yard. Bro, I feel like it takes me like an hour. Have I been here an hour? How much time has passed? What we're doing now is we're trying to get some cliffs going. And so I've been able to isolate all the points where the slope is steep enough for this. But running into a bit of weirdness because we can't find a good mesh for the cliff. Thought I had one. Ended up not being true. What if we did something like that? Oof. If we rotated it, it might not look too bad. Yeah, that might not be too bad. Batteries died. Oh, you got an electric mower too. Yeah, that's what I fucking hate when that happens. Oh, what's up, Deos? How you doing? So that's not. This wouldn't be terrible, right? They're overlapping quite a bit, and I need to get rid of these debug points. And so how was I was doing distance around like the trees and stuff. But that's not going to work here because I have a ton of points. You fixed browser today. What does that mean? What did you fix? And can you come fix my webcam? This is going to be Cliff. Yeah, I keep going back to that self-pruning node. I really want that to work in a different way than it works. Self-pruning. Don't we all need a little bit of self-pruning? Your browser is being managed by your organization. Were you on a work? You want a work laptop? What are you doing? Yeah, this is better. They're still overlapping like way too fucking much, but I'm gonna turn on the rest of the stuff. Yeah, we got some trees just growing right out of there. Oh, it's a personal computer that's being managed by your organization. Yeah, that's fucking weird. That sounds like some typical Windows shit, you know? Yeah, we'll need to get rid of... I basically need to do the foliage last, and then just do that, it was, what was it, difference? Or something like that. Distance? There was a difference one. Yeah, I need to do that node on the grass for, like, every single other subsection I have here. And then that'll get it to where it doesn't show up in any of these. It's not, I mean, it's not awful. It's not great, though. I need better meshes. I hate when that kind of shit happens, though. I was having some issues a couple months ago. Anytime Windows gives me some fuckery like that, I just reformat that bitch, and that fixed the issues I was having. I was having like, I don't know, everything was crashing because of like memory allocation issues. Like my editor was crashing, my browser was crashing, Unreal Engine would crash, and it was I've never had shit like that happen before. I thought I had a stick of RAM going bad, but I tested that out and it didn't change anything. You know, I was popping them in and out. That didn't change anything. So I just reformatted Windows. And it was still happening, but it was happening less. And then eventually it just started happening less and less and less. So that's what ended up fixing it. I just reinstalled that search engine after I deleted the antivirus that was most likely causing it. Yeah, I literally just disabled the built-in Windows antivirus before starting the stream because that like took up like a lot of my processing power out of nowhere. Yeah, I never really run with antivirus software anymore. Cliff, yeah, I wanted to try, I put the self-pruning in there. Large too small, small too large. If a point extents squared length, ooh, that's what I need to do. I need to just change the extents of the points. Right? I think that's what I need to do. How do I've forgotten how to do that. Is it transforms point? It's not transform points. Xtense modifier? I mean, that sounds like what I want. Oh boy. Let's disable that real quick. It wasn't Defender, it was a whatever that name is. Yeah. I mean, they all suck, right? Okay, what is this doing? Xtense modifier. I don't seem to have any... It's like completely got rid of all my points now. But there's still points there somehow. Where are my points at? Why aren't you showing me my points? What should I set the Xtense to? Let's do 100. Okay, there's my points. You're setting them so small you couldn't even fucking see them. So now they're bigger. And after self-pruning, is this gonna look better with... That does look better. It's still, you can just totally fucking tell this is just a bunch of random fucking meshes splattered on there. I really wish those other cliffs had bottoms to them. Let me see if I can just like add some more here, if that makes it look much better. That's kind of nice and blocky. Oh, that's like, that's okay. It's like directly, it's deep in there. I suppose I could build a cliff out of that though. I really just need better meshes because it's gonna look like a bunch of just a bunch of random shit put together if I don't have the right mesh for it. Yeah, now it's just looking like shit. Oh, how I wish the slope thing would have just worked out perfectly. It's good knowledge to have, though. Let's get rid of that one, and our Xtense modifier, let's just make it 10. And then we should probably have some random rotation. Around some axis, right? Does that look more cliffy? That looks fucking ridiculous. Fuck it, let's just make all rotations random. Now, is that a good enough cliff? Just sticking right the fuck out though. Yeah, I mean it looks pretty ridiculous. Let's change these all back to their normal rotation. Is that the way they're facing? They need to be bigger than 10 on the sides, right? It's like too far away from each other. That's the self-pruning's fault. Just do remove duplicates. Is that any better? No, because they're not like complete duplicates. Compositions, again, I keep reading this hoping that it makes sense. You can provide another comparison like density. To consider 2 points equal. For example, if a point x-tenths squared length is 10 and factor is 0.25, all points between within 25% of 10 will be considered the same. And so I do that and nothing changes though. That's what's confusing me. That changes a little bit, but not quite to what I want. Okay, so I don't need to change the extents. It's changed automatically with the static mesh spawner. So I should do the pruning after that, I think. That did not that does not post haste. That does not delete the meshes after they're spawned. Can I just like, because I want that bounds data. So that's the bounds min and bounds max attributes of each point to reflect the static mesh spawned at its location. Yeah, that sounds great. I want that. And I want to get rid of the ones that overlap. Yeah, that's not doing anything for me. How do I get that information and then, like, delete points? That's why I was setting the xtense up here. Oh, it said bounds modifier. Maybe that'll be better. Jesus. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to figure out what it wants to be. Hello, please? Oh, we're not connected. That makes sense. Too much pruning. I did all equal. I feel like I definitely need them to be bigger. Yeah, they need to be. It's pretty close though, extents wise. Of course, nothing for like overlap. Why are we frozen? What's going on? Filter by index. Oh, I have to like give it every index. Yeah, it's not exactly what I want. It's not exactly helpful. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that would help me just get rid of the overlapping points. Intersection? No, I don't think so. Spatial can be generated as a result of intersecting with the other source inputs sequentially or no output. It doesn't exist. Union? What does union do? Nothing helpful. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put the cliff thing aside. I like that I have been able to get rid of the foliage on the steep surfaces, but I'll need some more PCG foo to get some cliffs nicely placed on there. I'm like pretty happy with what I got right now though. This is like a good start. So I think I'm going to commit what I have now. It's like a pretty good stopping point. And I'll just say like, what do I want to call this commit? Like, add PCG utils, add PCG support. Well, it's really just adding some PCG utility. I got some March going? What does that mean? Oh, you're working on music. Like a music for a march? Is that what you're saying? I think I may try to get my trees working again. My tree chopping. Yeah, maybe I can do that. I'm getting pretty fucking tired. Oh, you're making marching like music. I see. That could be pretty cool. Like some Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars type marching music. What? I wanted to turn off spawning. That's what I was doing. While I test this out. And then I need to make sure my building stuff works again too. So I should probably just go back and fix everything now. Now that I've got everything in PCG World. PCG World. Oh god, I get fucking tired early tonight. Okay, so I need to change collision eligible classes. Aha, so if I click here, what? It's a hierarchical instanced static mesh. God, okay, this is gonna be kind of fucking hard. Because there's a lot of hierarchical instance static meshes spawned by, and there's some that are just instanced and not hierarchical. How am I going to determine which one Oh, I'm gonna have to change the component, I think. I think I know what I'll have to do. So here's my trees. Doesn't it have like what, I can give it like, okay, I can give it a class. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. That should work. So I'm gonna have to create my own class. I'll do that in C++. Terrain, yeah, do it in terrain. We will call this choppable tree hism. And it will be a hierarchical instanced am I spelling this wrong? Maybe I'll type instant. Come on, come back to me. Come back to me, no, Ryder, don't do this to me. Ryder, you were usually so good. It does not like searching through all these classes. What was this? Hierarchical instanced static mesh component. Do I need to like, I wonder. I think I may need to like include this. It's not showing up. I thought I was using one already though. Somewhere. I am. So what the heck? Maybe I'll just have to create it and change it afterwards. My God, Ryder doesn't like these. And we'll call this choppable tree hism. It shows up in here just fine. Yeah, I don't know what Ryder's deal was. And I'll want to use this as the, because I was using forest tile actor before. And then tree dynamic mesh actor, yeah, that's what I'm spawning after I hit a tree. So I just need to change all these types. Good lord, I'm getting tired. The actor, it's just going to be a terrain chunk, actually, now. Tree dynamic mesh actor class, what do I want to do with that? Is it actually being used for anything? Oh yeah, this is gonna be kind of a big refactor. Yeah, where would I want to put this information? So what's happening right here is like this is where I'm creating an item. Because like when the player chops a tree, they get some wood. Whenever it gets chopped down, some wood goes into their inventory. And so I'm creating an object for that. And previously I was storing what type of item that should be. Or what type of wood. Right now it's just all the same thing, but I was just storing that in an actor called forest tile actor. And I just had like this struct for like the tree mesh and what item it would give the player when it was chopped down. So where would I want to store that now? Because that was all in C++. But exposed to blueprints. And so I set that in the editor on the forest tile actor. But now these things are getting spawned from the PCG component. And it's like, it's all like stuff that's like chosen in editor. Like this is all chosen in editor. So I definitely want to be able to like drop different wood for different tree meshes. So either I find a way to put that here. Maybe I can extend this static mesh spawner class. Let's look at that real quick. Double click here. So I wonder if I were to extend this, would it show up as a node in there? And maybe I could just, what would I be looking for? Mesh entries, I guess? Mesh selector, parameters. Mesh instance list. That sounds like probably what I'm looking for. I have no idea how parameters are defined in this though. It's going to be completely new to me as to how to do this. Instances... I don't know, this doesn't seem right. Select instances. Go back, take it back. It's a pointer to an object. I'm looking for just like a set of fields. I want to know how it defines its parameters. That's overrides. Mesh selector type? Oh, that would be that. And then this is instanced, and so is this. Instance data packer. Is this probably what I'm looking for? Pack instance, add type to packing. No, this doesn't seem right either. I thought this was right, but this has like nothing. Is this extending something? Just do PCG settings. Maybe I should be looking... Input pin properties, output pin properties. From what I know about the custom blueprint node, anything that you make like public will show up in the details panel. So I feel like what I'm looking for is right here. I just don't know what it is. Where is this used at? A spawner element. Post-process function names. Mesh, so it's the mesh selector. So it has to be this. But like this is literally just a U object, so how the hell would I... Where is mesh entries? I wonder if I just did mesh entries. Is this gonna give me anything useful? PCG mesh selector weighted by category. This is definitely like what I'm picturing, I think. Yeah, because here's the entries, and so the entry would be what I would want. I would want something like another property like right there for like the item that it drops. Maybe I should stop and think whether or not that's actually a good idea. I could try and figure out like a different place to store these static mesh to item correlations. I don't know how I would get them in here without some more custom PCG stuff though. And it would be kind of annoying to have to select the item for every tree that I put in here. Hi, Maxine. How are you? Do you need to go potty? Yeah, probably. Doggies probably need to go potty. Where's my potty text? There we go. Perfect. Burp. Okay, the dogs have... Uh-oh, wrong can. This one, there we go. The dogs have been pee-peed, and I am back. And I have a nice beer. Oh, that's good. That's nice. Okay, so I was thinking about this issue. This is how to correlate the type of tree to the type of wood that it drops. And I guess like the easiest path forward would be to come up with a map or, a structure to tie the two together outside of both PCG and the hierarchical instance static mesh that I'm making. Probably something in like the game mode, maybe? Or it could be in a data table. I think the data table probably makes the most sense. That's where I'm putting things now. Let me look at that. So I have some randomized names and I have some mob data. And so what would I need? I need the we'll call this trees. Do I want this to be called trees? Need the static mesh. And I want the item on chop. God, that looks horrible. Anyways, and right now it just automatically puts it in the player's inventory, which is not the final solution. Bad phrasing aside, it's not the final iteration of what I want to do, because like I want there to actually be like an assembly, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a supply chain for it. Like I want the colonists to have to carry the log that is chopped to like some sort of lumberjacking type place, a lumber mill, and chop it down into planks, and then those planks can be used for things. So yeah, I think there's going to be some more data here that I'll want to store. But this is all I'll need for now. I'm trying to think if I want to store it in a data table or just in the game mode. Does it matter? I mean, so the data tables I actually have copies of them in Excel. Or in Google Sheets. And that's acting as my game database. So maybe that feels like what I should do. Let me look at my game mode. So I just have some pointers to the data tables. I also have a bunch of gameplay effects. I feel like that makes sense in game mode. That's like a game mode type thing. And then I mean, if I'm referencing the data table in the game mode anyways, then, you know. Yeah, I think data table is the move here. So I'll need to create a struct for it. Can I do struct from here? We are going to add a struct. What do I want to call it? Do I want to call this like tree data? What do I want to call this? I'm trying to think. Trees? Tree info? Tree data? I like tree info, I think. Is this only going to be for trees, though? If I want to correlate a static mesh to... Because, like, essentially what the generic form of this is like, destroy static mesh, get an item. It's like a loot table, almost. Should I make a loot table and just have a key for a static mesh for a tree that I chop down? Like that's a let me go back to my MS Paint here. I'll try to write this better. So we want this is trees. I want the static mesh, and I want the item that it drops. That's what I'm trying to figure out, Squids. So I had all this working before in a different kind of framework, and I've changed everything around, and now I need to do things differently. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what do you want me to call you? I'll call you whatever you want. Okay, I'll call you by my surname. Okay, so anyways, as I was saying, by my surname, I have this like dynamic tree chopping put in there, and like whenever the tree gets chopped down, it puts some wood into the player's inventory. That's what was happening. I want there to be different kinds of trees to have different kinds of wood that it drops. And so I'm trying to figure out what's the best way for me to correlate which static mesh drops which type of wood. Because like all these trees are like kind of similar, but they are different static meshes, right? And so here's the PCG graph, the procedural graph that's actually spawning these, and here's where I'm selecting each of these trees. And so like I could create another one here. Let me see what kind of trees I have. What is this? Hill tree. Let's find like a shitty tree, right? A lamp post. Here we go, a stump. Okay, get some stumps in here. Okay, so here's some shitty stumps. Like, this could drop, like, dog shit wood, right? This could drop regular wood. And you can imagine in, like, a higher level zone that you might want, like, higher level wood. Like, I'm thinking about how, like, New World does it. What's it called? Like ironwood, something like that. Like there's as your logging skill gets higher. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm picturing. Something very RuneScapey, or like I said, New World. Because I do want wood cutting to be like a big thing, and like in this game there's going to be colonists that can chop the wood as well. I have that working. But yeah, they're going to collect this wood, and as I was saying a little bit before, I actually want, because the log actually falls with like real physics, and I want the colonists to have to actually grab that log and then take it over to a lumber mill and then chop it into planks. Obviously, I don't have any of that working yet. I'm not even close to that. Right now, it just puts some item called wood into the player's inventory that is a resource to build with, and that works. That's a working system already. But yeah, magic trees and stuff like that is all stuff that I want to do. But I was thinking about overlap between something like what I'm trying to get at and an item database. That's what I was thinking of. And so trees, I want like the static mesh that is spawned, because that's the information I'm gonna get whenever the player connects with the axe. I'll know what static mesh they hit. And so I'll be able to use that to look up what item to drop. And if I have like an item database, I say item, that's not what I mean. I mean loot. I mean like a loot table. Loot. A loot. I have like, I guess it would be a mob. I can identify some sort of identifier for a mob. And then I would have an item ID. And that would be the loot table. And then there would be some like drop chance information as well. Quantity range would be another piece of information. So my first pass at it, all I did was I actually calculated the area of, because like I did it completely procedurally, so where the player's axe connects with the tree is where the chop happens. And this is something I really wanted to do because I haven't seen games do something like that yet. And so what I do is I take the area of the fallen part of the tree. Hey, what are you doing? Stop that. I calculate that area. Come here. You're interrupting. I've calculated the area because it could be any, if the player can chop the tree at any location, it could be any amount of area. And so I just take that area and I've came up with like some shitty little equation to determine how many quantities of wood that would be. So that's how I was deriving like the quantity of logs. But I don't know if like, because like I was saying, I wanted the log to have to be taken somewhere. So it's like, how would I want other things to be able to drop from a tree, right? Like there could be some like, you know, like a little fairy living in the tree, and so you chop down the tree and you get like some fucking fairy wings or some shit. Like would I just want that automatically put in the player's inventory? Or would I want that dropped on the ground somehow that the player has to pick up? And then I would need like a generic form of this idea if I were to do that. Or I would just need like a separate table altogether. So I guess that's kind of the decision I'm trying to make right now. Do I want to make a more generic form of a loot table than is mob ID and item ID? It's kind of our unique identifier, our composite key, composite primary key. Or do I want two different tables? Kind of leaning towards two different tables. They're going to be largely the same. Like this information probably going to be the same. And then this is actually it's going to be item ID. So you got other loot dropping from a tree also on the table. But I guess I could just do something like have a tree ID. And then that could be nullable. Put a question mark there for nullable. Item ID, mob ID would be nullable too. But like one of them has to be filled out. And then I could extend that with other IDs. But if I'm going to, thinking about optimization of the database here, if I'm going to be, when I look things, it might make sense to just partition this as two different tables for optimization. This is kind of like, this would be like kind of like ease of use, like it's all in one spot maybe. But maybe it would get hard to look things up by a human But as far as like when the computer is looking for things, this would be more efficient. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards creating a separate table for this. And so let me think about some other environmental things that are going to happen. Because I do have digging in the game already. And I know I'm going to want some ore scattered around underneath the ground that the player can break apart. And I'm going to want those things to drop stuff as well. So really, maybe rather than call this trees, this should be something like environment. Environment drops. Will each resource be like this? I mean, resource is a pretty general term. Like I said, like like even these rocks, like I'm gonna have the player hit them with a pickaxe and get some stone from them. So that's similar, right? Like what I'm saying with the ore as well. Yeah, that's where my mind is wandering now, because it's purely environmental resources. It's purely player connects with a static mesh, gets an item at its most generic form. But you know, there's going to be other resources like, you know, skinning and stuff like that you just pick up from a mob. And so that would be just a part of the loot table. What other... So I guess there could be gathering, like you could gather a bush. I'm thinking very New World right now. I'm gonna run around a little bit and see if that like gives me any epiphanies. I'm leaning towards environmental drops being a database. A loot table, an environmental drops table. Oh, I didn't spawn mobs. That's no fun. Let's change that. Change the game mode settings here. You know, I actually haven't tested if this new terrain system still works with the pickaxe that I have. Okay, let's see if I can still do this. This may crash. Oh no, it works. Sick. So yeah, you can imagine a player running around and, oh, I need some stone. Tink. I suppose I can just make this float, right? Ignore my shitty pickaxe swing animation that took me like 2 weeks to make. I am no artist. Yeah. And then the wood axe, if this connects with a tree, is when it would normally do the chop, but it doesn't do anything right now. That's what I'm trying to fix. I got a wolf on me. Oh, I must save you. What is your name? Narder Darwich. Ding. Hello. Generate me a quest, good sir. Let's see the AI quest here. Nope, not ready yet. There we go, there it is. We've been having reports of a pack rather, of wolves on Perilous Plateau. Oh, that's cool. So it threw out a named location. So that'll be cool to like. If a player hasn't discovered a location, I can use these AI responses to name that location before they discover it, to like make it actually like exist in the world. They've been attacking our caravans that pass through here, and we could really use the aid of an adventurer of your statue. We could use the aid of an adventurer of your statue. Is that a real sentence? To make the journey safer. Would you be willing to take care of the wolves for us? He wants me to slay 20 wolves on the Perilous Plateau. What do you mean by Perilous Plateau again? What is around here? Oh, haha, you must not be from around here. Perilous Plateau is the long stretch of land between the gate into the plateau and the Baystone Byway to the west. Lovely view, but dangerous to traverse if you don't deal with the wolf packs that take up the territory there. Now see, this could be really fucking cool if this shit was all grounded in the game. Right now it's not. Like, those places don't fucking exist. But if I can actually get that stuff to be, like, grounded in the game, and what I'm planning to do is actually, once I get like a working mini-map going or some sort of world map, I want to actually use some of the image capabilities of these AI tools to give that map to it and kind of like annotate different locations so that hopefully when the AI gets good enough, it can reference these locations and then reference the directions as well. Because I've seen a lot of these AI generated quests that I've done. They reference like, oh, head north to find some mushrooms in the forest or some shit like that, you know? So it'll be really cool if I can do something like that. If it's not really good at the image recognition stuff, then I guess I'll have to rely on how well they understand math, 3D math, and give them like the vector, like the math versions of what I'm talking about, and see if the AI can actually reason about that. But it's going to take a lot of like massaging, a lot of coercing. I'm going to have to like get this AI to really play within the bounds of the game. And, you know, not just make up shit like this that, like, doesn't fucking exist and just confuses the hell out of the player. I'm sorry, but I cannot assist you with this task right now. That is unfortunate, but I hope you reconsider in the future. Goodbye. I've just saved you from a wolf. What say you? Let's get this guy to generate a quest. Giles Tygate. Have you seen my pet wolf? I let him out earlier and I wasn't paying attention. I think I just fucking killed this guy's wolf. And now he's run off. Have you maybe seen him around? I don't know, does he look like that dead body right next to you? He has a twisted jaw. He limped off towards the mountains south of here. See, like there's the referencing directions again that I was mentioning. If you run into him, he's friendly. Well, he looked like he was attacking you when I came here. Follow the paw prints to find Giles' pet wolf and lead the... Miss, excuse you. You just want attention, huh? So yeah, it'll be really cool if I can like spawn those paw prints that it's talking about. But I'm gonna have to really narrow down that kind of stuff, right? But if I were to give it like a static mesh database of all my meshes that I have in the game, or like ones that I'll allow the AI to spawn for me, and it understands 3D math, maybe, it can give me some coordinates on where I should spawn the paw prints to follow. So yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna see how that works. And I'm now remembering, like, I had, and this is something I should do with the procedural stuff, I had mushrooms that spawned around trees before that I need to redo. And the user could walk over to them and pick them up, and they would just hit, like, E on them. They wouldn't need to hit them with anything. But again, that was a static mesh thing as well, so I think that would be, yeah. I think environment database is the way to go here. Because that would be the same. It's like, what static mesh did the player click on? Here's the item ID to give them. I want to get to loot soon, though. That excites me. So all I've done is weapons so far. So I need to go define my struct for this. And we'll call it environment. That's not how you spell it. Environment. Environment drop? Environment item? Environment items? Environment drops. Environment items, I think, is more, it's more generic. We'll do that. So I want a static mesh to associate it to. Oh, I need to... I don't need a CPP file. Moxie. F-table row base is what I want, actually. Moxie, stop it. Environment loot? That's not a bad idea. It's more specific, though. It's like drops. It's more specific than just items. So if I wanted to use it for something else, it could be confusing. But I mean, items are loot, right? That's like kind of one and the same. I suppose I'll keep it the same since I've already named it. What is this getting mad at me for? Cannot resolve it. I mean... Oh, I spelled it completely wrong, that's why. What's going to be annoying is I'll have to define things in two different tables, but that's okay. Quantity, I guess I'll take a float for drop chance. What else did I type out? Quantity range was what I did. Do I want a quantity range? Sure. Yeah, I'll do quantity min and quantity. 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 Quantity min, quantity max. As in 32s. And an item ID that relates to an ID in another table. And I suppose I'll give this an ID as well, just in case we need it. Well, no, oh, data tables work by row handles, I forgot. So this should actually be a data table row handle, not an ID. Item row handle. I'll just say handle. Let me look at my other data tables real quick here. Where did I do the mob data? So it does have an ID, okay. But we still want to use the row handle for the item. Because that creates a pointer to the other table in memory. They do, it is the row name though. So it's like, if row name needs to be unique anyway, why do I need an ID? It'll be good if I ever transfer this to like a SQL database or something. Yeah. Should I have a name too? Probably. Well, it'll be the row name, so I don't need to duplicate that. I don't need a self-reference to the handle. I think that's probably good. Okay, let's close all that. Recompile. 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 Ah, it failed. Oh, right. Oh, and I'll need that to have a body to it. Yes. What are you complaining about now? Oh yeah, I was like I was like midway through refactor before I went down this fucking rabbit hole. Yeah, okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna slap a comment on that bad boy. Compile again. Yeah, I need a reference to the C++ does not support default int? What are you saying to me? No constructor? Is that what you're complaining about? Oh, I need to import the generated thingy. Okay, this is gonna work this time, I fucking swear. No, it's not. There's more broken stuff. Potentially uninitialized pointer variable tree dynamic mesh vector. Yeah, well, you are correct there. Oh, this is gonna be so annoying. I just want to comment out this whole file just to get the engine built. So I need some place to store the dynamic tree mesh actor class. And it was on the forest tile actor, and it wants it to be on the terrain chunk. Okay, I'll just put one there for now. I don't know if that's... I'll probably put it in game mode. But I'm just going to put something at the top here. It's going to be a dynamic mesh, I believe. Where is the forest tile actor? A tree dynamic mesh actor is what it wants to be. Init terrain chunk. Refactor this as well. What? No, it's trying to refactor the engine code. No, I don't want you to do that at all. Oh, yeah, okay, so I'm that's the part I'm going to comment out, because that's what led me down this rabbit hole. All because I want some wood to come from some trees. Okay, I think is it time for me to restart my camera? I think so. Restarting it. There we go. Yes, open all of the things. Okay, let's create a data table. Items? I think it kind of makes... No, that's its own thing. Data table. I want environment items. Okay. So I need to create the wood item. Yes. Just calling it, what do we call it? Basic, I'll call it basic wood. Common, yeah. Icon, wood. It's here somewhere, I know it. There we go. That looks like a normal piece of wood. What is this game about? Yeah, so I'm kind of wanting to make something that is like a cross between an RPG, a colony sim, and a roguelike. So, in terms of gameplay, that's what it's about. What is it about in terms of story? Absolutely no fucking idea. I know I want gods to be a part of it because I think that can be a great storytelling slash gameplay mechanic to kind of explain some gameplay things, but that's about as far as I've gotten. Max stack size, I think 20 is fine. Resource type is wood. Oh, do I create a class for this? I do have BP item wood. What does that do anything? Yeah, I don't know if I need that anymore, but I'll put it there anyways. I think I've transitioned away from that kind of structure. Ah, yeah, it needs to have underscores. Whee! Save. Okay, now I have wood there. Now I can add. Items, data, basic wood, quantity min. That's supposed to default to 1. And what mesh do I want this to drop from? God, I'm gonna have to enter every single tree mesh in here? That's kind of annoying. Because every time I change that PCG graph that I've been working on, if I change the mesh, I'm gonna have to make sure it's updated in here. Pretty sure that's one of them. It would be really nice if I could get this data into the PCG graph somehow so I don't have to update two things. Just say basic forest tree 001. Quantity min, quantity max, minimum 1, maximum, I'll just say 100. It's a lot of wood for one chop, but drop chance, it always drops wood, I think. Is that... I'm gonna need to create... I have like, what, 4 trees? This is now a data entry stream. This is now a bedtime data entry stream. It'll put you right to sleep. Also basic wood 1299, drop chance 1. I want 003, and I want the stylized one, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Zero 4. Stylized? Yep, this one. Okay. God, that's gonna be so annoying to fucking do for all the meshes I want to spawn. Okay. So that's done. I have that item database. I need to put a reference to that in the game mode. Biome data table. I will have one of those eventually. Right now it's just environment items. Table. So we have that there. So let's create a function to fetch the environment data for a given static mesh. What is this going to return? A row handle? I think so. No, it's just going to return the struct. Could be an array, though. It could be an array. I'm going to make it an array. Because there could be multiple entries for a given static mesh. Oh, that's a good fucking... How would... I mean, I easily could put another entry in here with the same static mesh field. But the way I've structured this is such that it's a one-to-one relationship. I guess I don't really need a unique identifier for the environment stuff, other than the mesh, of course. Or do I? I might kick that can down the road. Oh. Am I going to need an environments table? Right now, what kind of change would I need to make if I needed to make that? If I wanted to go one-to-many, I would probably keep this as environment items and then drop like the item handle and everything to the right, and then I would put that in its own table. And then there would essentially just be a table with item handle, environment item handle, and then this extra stuff. I guess that wouldn't be too. If I uploaded it all to Google Sheets, that wouldn't be too bad to make that change because I could copy and paste a lot of it. It's nice. You can take these data tables and export them as CSVs, and then you can upload them into Google Sheets, and it makes them easier to work with for some things. Like, obviously, like if you look at this like static mesh string here, like that's not changing that in Google Sheets isn't super helpful, but I can't exactly copy a row and paste it in here, so that's why I put them in both. Okie dokie then. Yeah, we're just gonna keep that for now. And it's just gonna, we're just gonna do F environment items. And I named it plural. Oh, why did I do that? I mean, I guess I could just make this an array. Or a struct within a struct. I think, yeah, I think that's probably what I should do, a struct within a struct. I'll just pop this out into a different struct, and that struct will be a field in here and an array in here. Yeah, I'll do that now. Yeah, I'm gonna take that idea, the loot and environment items. I want to rename that to environment item. Actually, back environment object. Oh, I need to put it above. That's why it's complaining. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. Loot. Sure, we'll keep that as loot. Oh yeah, we're getting the row handle. Do I want the row handle? What am I? You just call get row on it. That's fine. We can copy. Moxie, it's okay. And so now here, rather than searching for the tree for this static mesh, I should refactor this naming. Okay, yeah, game mode. I don't have a reference to game mode. That's okay. That's okay. We'll create one right now. Not character, my project. I fucking need to rename this shit, man. Typing out my project for all this is getting really annoying. A game mode? And so now I will need to use the environment object item handle, right? Or I will need to iterate through loot. I will need to create a random What did I do? How do I just pick a random number in a range real quick? F-rand range, that's what it is. F-math, F-rand range. Or I guess I would want just rand range. F-math, I want that to be between environment dot, I want 0 and environment dot loot dot num. That'll be my random loot index. Say if that's a valid index. Now I need to get that item. Do I have a function for that? I don't, okay. But if it's an item handle, I can just get that. I can just get the row, if I'm not mistaken. Auto item equals add item handle object dot loot rand loot index dot item handle dot get row, and it'll be f item data context string. There we go. Yeah, maybe I should change that to a UMyItem class. Because now I'll have to cast it. Which it should be. Yeah, that would be an error. I think this works. I am quite fucking tired though, and this is a pretty good stopping point. I might just see if this compiles and test it out tomorrow. I'll have to re-input my item database tomorrow morning. Something's up here. It's environment object. Oh boy. Yeah, it included itself. Yeah, that's quite the circle it fucking made. Okay, compiled, yay. Okay, I think it's nighty-night time for me. I'm getting fucking tired. But I feel good. I feel good about the stuff we did today. And we're in a good spot. So yeah. Thanks everyone who stopped by and hung out. I don't think anyone's there anymore, but just in case. Hope you all have a good night. And treat yourselves well. Sleep well. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Later.